present us the basics and importance of terminology service, let us virtually welcome Mr. John Michael Herbert. Herbert.
Let's do this. Okay, so good morning everyone. Terminology services could be a bit technical. So for this hour, we will be talking about 5 main topics. So objectives of this webinar, hopefully you will be able to review the value of using health data standards. You will be introduced to the concept of terminology services, particularly its features and benefits, and then familiarize with different tools used for terminology services and understand how these terminology services are implemented. The reality is, all EMRs already have their own codes internally. There will be instances and there will be a big rework for different EMRs or health information system developers if we are to impose this approach. So now we have to find a way to have that balance for them to not to do major changes, but we still need to have that certain level of standards. The goal is for a technology that we call a terminology service. So again, let's just go back to the OpenHIE framework. You could see here under registry services. So the OpenHIE defines terminology services as a component of the health information architecture that provides a centralized source for health information exchange standards and definition. So under the terminology services, it includes terminologies, ontologies, dictionaries, code systems, and value sets. Definitely, there will be some unique data code sets that are being used by different health information systems from different health facilities. Terminology service is a single source of truth of terminologies in your architecture. So it makes it easy to share codes and mappings between codes in a standards-based format, and it can be used to validate and normalize data against published standards. So what are these tools that we have? SILab has this great tool to have worked with an Australian agency that has what we call an Onto server. So Onto server is a world-leading clinical terminology server implementing PAR terminology service API supporting syndication-based content distribution. So syndication is like a rollout. So for example, you have the single source of truth, and then you can go down. So syndication is like a roll. It gives you a copy of the master copy downward. Okay? And it simplifies use of clinical terminology in other code systems by addressing key challenges faced by implementers such as Loin and Lomed-C. So Snapper is an authoring tool. So Snapper is a user-friendly web-based application where you can create concept maps and to author HL75 terminology services that can be published on your own FHIR terminology server, and it will be used eventually to different software systems. So once you've done your Snapper, you've done the build of your code systems and value sets, and you were able to upload it to a FHIR server. Once you've done that, you can use Shrimp. So this one, usually terminologists use this, informaticists. So it's a bit technical, but you need to have some level of clinical concepts as well. So for the more clinician side, we have what we call a Shrimp. So this Shrimp is a browser basically. So for all the code systems and value sets that you've created, you can just look for them here, and you can find the relationships here already in the Shrimp browser. So again, Shrimp is a free online browser for any PAR code system, particularly hierarchical and optimized for Snowmed and terminology service, not a magic software that will automatically do the automation for us. There has to be a process for us to translate different clinical context to something more machine readable, and we have to test that eventually test it amongst different users of the health information system until we have achieved the truest benefit of having terminology services and of an unambiguous shared meaning.
Our community of practice is a vibrant, growing group of experts and practitioners who are passionate about advancing standards and interoperability. So we're all about sharing insights, solving challenges, and collaborating on best practices to make healthcare solutions more compatible, streamline processes, and drive innovation. So please help shape the future of seamless data exchange by joining our community. I'll be pasting the link shortly, or you can scan the QR code on screen. And in the next slide, you can join our webinar Slack channel so you can continue the discussion even after our webinar ends. So feel free to ask questions, volunteer for a future session, or suggest a topic. Anything is very much welcome.